Right, folks. Christmas is coming, as we all know, and if you're watching this video in March, Christmas is gone. But I am a massive fan of pickled onions. I absolutely love pickled onions. I can think of nothing of just sitting there eating a jar of pickled onions at night. I just fucking love them, right? I've actually pickled my own. I did a few. If you look on my Instagram account, I did some ages and ages ago. That's if it was this account. I don't know, can't remember. Anyway, I pickled some of my onions. Used to get the mother-in-law to sit there and peel them. The mother-in-law were in her 80s when she used to do them, so like she's from that era where nothing seems to bother their eyes. They could sit there and peel onions, and most people would be sitting there with tears streaming down their eyes. But no, not Lil. She could, I don't know, she could just peel onions all day and not worry about it while watching shit on the telly. And so I used to pickle my own. But now she's gone, so I don't, and I should really, because I used to enjoy them. So what I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to review these pickled onions from shops. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 jars. 11 jars of pickled onions to eat, or at least sample and try. I actually put a picture on Instagram a few days ago saying I was going to do this, and I've actually got round to it. So what I'm going to do, folks, to try and help you get through this Christmas period of pickled onions, cheeses, well, I'm not going to review cheeses, but I'm going to just do these. So what I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to just work my way through them. I have got some from Asda's cheap version. I have, right, let me just get them in an order. There you go. Or I could play 4-4-2 or 4-4-1, or I could play Leicester City's diamond formation, whatever. I'm going to try and work my way through and go through. I've wrote the prices down on some, but I can't remember which on the other ones I haven't. What I'm going to do, I've got from Asda, I've got Garners, I've got M&S, I've got Morrisons, I've got Barry Normans. Barry Normans are the dogs. Waitrose, Sainsbury's, Tesco's, Waitrose, Haywoods and Bramwell's, which are Aldi. I haven't got Co-op. The thing is, if I go start buying too many, I'd have to have too many pickled onions. So I'm going to start off with these ones. Asda's Smart Price Pickled Onions. I don't know whether you lot are going to enjoy this or not. Pickled onions. You're going to want to watch sit there watching some fat bloke eat pickled onions. Button can be depressed before opening. Right, there we go. These were the cheaper ones. I think these were just like 50p or something like this. These are normally very weak in taste, in flavour, in texture, in everything, in crunch, and they're just normally shit. So, let me talk in. My God, I am shocked. They're not spicy pickled onions, but they have got a really, really good crunch. I can't believe how good they are. Oh. Value for money. They are absolutely awesome. They were, I think there were something like 50 or 60 pence. And I am impressed with them, or what? Ginge! Do you want to try a pickled onion? Hey? No, she's ill. She's not very well. Right, so what am I now going to do, folks? I'm going to go on to the Tesco's range. Grown in Britain. How's your cold, sweetheart? Do you want to get yourself a fork? Because you're not sharing mine. Try them. I am doing a review here. That's good. Now these are a good sized pickled onion. Did I write the price down? No. Right, which ones are these? Are Tesco's. Tesco's ones were 70p, I think. What do you think to them?
They're nice.
Eh? They're nice, but you can't swallow this in your throat.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Right? What do you think, son? They're alright, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're only about 50 or 60p. Good value, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right, I'm moving on to the Tesco pickled onion. Peeled by hand and pickled for a sharper flavour. They're alright. The first bite is okay, and then it just goes, yeah. Not that good. I will then now move on to the Morrisons. See, you've got to, these are basically in the same jar. These were 95p. I've actually wrote on the list 95p. So, they're soft. The strength of them is not that good. You can feel the onion fall into bits in your mouth. The first ones I had, the pickled onions from Asda, when I took June up the Asda to buy the pickled onions, they've got a real good crunch, real good. Right, we're now moving on to the essential. No, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do Bramwell's. We'll do all the budget ones first. These were 79p. You get a good sized jar there for 79p, don't you? The vinegar looks quite steady. Oh my God. They are all right. What is good about them is, yes, it's a nice spicy vinegar, pickledy vinegar, but you're actually getting the taste of the onion. Oh my God. That is sharp, crisp. What an onion. Right. They're first. The Asda and that a second. These I wouldn't even bother with. Wouldn't even bother with them. Now, we're moving on to, we've got Haywoods, Waitrose. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the Waitrose cheaper version. I don't know if it is a cheaper version because they're actually in the same jar. That vinegar looks a bit darker. They're the essential ones. And the thing with Waitrose is I think they were pretty much the same price, but I think it was difference of 10 pence in one. I can remember it being a 10 pence, I can't even get the pigging thing out. Onion. Onion's a bit weak on that. It's a nice vinegar, it's a nice pickle, but there's just nothing about the onion. There's no oof like that. Like these two. Right, I'm going on to the Waitrose Crunchy and Tangy Pickled Onion in a Malt Vinegar. Let's go for it. Let's pickle in. That is what it says on the tin, or on the jar. It is crunchy, it is tangy, but it just seems to be lacking in something. It's too sweet, there's too much sweetness to it. So that one's going over there. So now I am down to my final five. Right, I'm going to go with the Sainsbury's. Now I like these ones. This one I picked this one up, look, because they've actually got bits floating around. It's actually got the peppercorns and the chilies floating around in it. These are the onions that me and my dear mother-in-law used to pickle ourselves. I mean, look at that. It's got bits of chili and everything in it. Oh, dear me, these are going to hurt. They're shit. They are awful. No, don't buy that. Unless you bought them before and you like them, then no, they are awful. The vinegar's watered down. There isn't actually any spice. I think they just chucked them in there as potpourri lookalike stuff. It's shit. I'm disappointed in that. I was really looking forward to that Sainsbury's, and you've really, really let me down with shit pickled onions. Right, now I'm going to move on to the M&S, S&M, or whatever it is. Don't know how much these were. They were pretty expensive. Oh, got a bit of a thing around here. Right, let's just have a quick look. British pickled onions in sweet barley malt vinegar with spices. Oh, they've got a plastic lid. Look at that, it's got a plastic lid. What the bloody hell do you want a plastic lid? More plastic, polluting the atmosphere. Now then. That looks good to me because it's nice and dark. It's gone really, it looks good. They are good. That is a top drawer. It's not as crunchy as I thought. It's a plastic bloody jar. Why do they do plastic jars? Glass is more easy to... Oh, I don't fucking know. It's not as crunchy as I thought, but on the crunch factor, I'd give it a 7. But the actual vinegar and everything, it's really soaked in. I don't know how long they've been pickled for. But that is good. That's coming up here with the Bramwells and the Asdas. I'm only having these Asda ones because they were value for money. Cheap, but really tangy. Right, now folks, we're down to our last three. Now these are the Garners. I had a exchange American teacher called Mr. Paul Garner, and he used to say, "Skizzers? Has anybody got any skizzers?" And we're going, "What are you on about, skizzers?" Skizzers And he meant scissors. Haywoods strong. Barry Norman. Barry Norman. Do you know what, right? These are my favourite ever pickled onions, right? But these M&S, they're pretty steady. Right. I'm going to go with the Haywoods ones. Strong onions, strong and zingy. They've got a little monitor there thing. For the visually impaired, they've got a little fork moving over to the dial that says it's hot and tangy and zingy and whatever. These cost me the grand total of £1.50 from Morrisons. More reasons to shop at Morrisons. Right, here we go. Onion. To be fair, well, I'm correcting myself. To be fair, it's what you expect from Haywoods. It's a good quality, spicy, tangy vinegar, and the pickled onions are really crunchy. Well, you can't fault that. Right, I'm going to move on to the Garners, the ultimate taste and crunch. Original pickled onions, traditionally hand-peeled and pickled in a rich malt vinegar. You must get about 12 onions in here. They cost me £2. The onion lover's favourite, a pickled onion with a genuine homemade taste and unbeatable crunch. The perfect partner for a ploughman's. I've not had many Garners because I do find them a little bit expensive. But with it being Christmas and all that, you shouldn't skimp on a pickle. On the pickles, you need a proper pickle. On a Christmas Eve or on a Boxing Day, when you're having some cheese and you're having the biscuits and all the shit that goes with it, you want a decent quality pickled onion. And this is why I'm doing this review, folks, because I want you to have the same experience, the same pleasure of a pickled onion that I get. Right. Look at the fucking size of that. Shut up. That is a good quality pickled onion. You cannot, in any shape or form, rubbish you can't rubbish a Garner's pickled onion. Made in Scotland, and I've got to eat this within 4 weeks of opening. Tremendous. Now, my dear Junie, she used to, well, she bought me she made me a hamper up one year, and put all kinds of knick-knackety, crispies, pickles and stuff in it. And she found these by accident, and I had these, and I only ever ate a Barry Norman pickled onion as a treat, right? I just have one as a treat. If I made a cheese and pickled sandwich, chicken onion sandwich, I didn't use these because they would be wasted. These are the top pickled onions that you can ever possibly have. I'm still hoping they're as good as they are, as I normally have, which they will be. They are. There's not really much point in me even opening these, because I know how good these Barry Norman pickled. God bless him, right? Dead there, he's sitting up there now watching bloody Star Wars and stuff. But they are just the best. If you really, really want to treat yourself for Christmas, you have got to get Barry Normans Pickled Onions. There's a little story on the top there. There he is, old Barry. Dun, 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 dun. That's film 88, for you who don't have a clue. Barry Norman, renowned film critic and pickled onion aficionado, never bought pickled onions. He didn't need to. Using a 19th century recipe handed down from his grandmother to his mother, he made them himself. Crisp, crunchy, sweet, yet spicy, delicious Moorish. These are pickled onions for the true connoisseur. Go on, try them yourself. They are Moorish. They're that Moorish, I never wanted to eat them, because once I'd had them, they'd gone. I don't know why, because all I had to do was go down the shop and buy some more, but because they're that good, I never ate them. Well, I did eat them. Stupid thing to say. A nice good pop on the lid. Look at that. Let me just show you this. Look at that. Look at all them pickles and all them bloody thingies in there that you just cannot. It's amazing. Oh. Do you know what? Get in there. Get in there. There you have it. Look at that for an example of a prime pickled onion. Get that out of it, so I don't want to eat that bit. For the visually impaired, my face is a joy of eating a Barry Norman pickled onion. You cannot possibly beat Barry Norman pickled onions. People, if you have not heard of Barry Norman pickled onions, get yourself down Tesco's, Morrisons, wherever the hell they are, and buy something. If you've got a dad, a granddad, a grandma, a grandmama, grand whatever, or an uncle and aunt who likes pickled onions for this Christmas, right? Don't buy them shitty aftershave. Don't buy them stupid deodorants and stuff like that that they won't want to wear and that. Go get them Barry Normans. The crunch is perfect. You get that little bit of spice that makes your head sweat. And do you know what I've done in the past? I've actually been and bought myself some pickled onions in the past and chucked them straight back in this vinegar and left them for another 6 months. And they're absolutely tremendous. These are, I know I'm boring you now on this, and I'm not dragging this video out or anything like that, but I just want you to know you have got to try. They're just awesome. So, I'm going to have one more. How many bloody onions did I eat then? So, winner, second, Barry Norman first, M&S pickled onions second, Garners third, Haywoods fourth. But these are probably what you guys are interested in. If you're on a budget Christmas, get yourself down Aldi, get yourself down, get up the Asda and try them. These are value for money. These are in theory, the winners, because they have got a real good crunch, they've got a nice good flavour, a nice good taste, and they're value for money. If you're not bothered about price, you've got to get Barry Normans. You will not ever, ever, ever have a better pickled onion than a Barry Norman. Merry Christmas. Laters.